Hello, welcome to the core workout today. So really glad you could join me. Today what we'll be doing is we're doing resistance band core workout. So again, core, it's all those tubular muscles going round, the zip and the hollow being on, the belly button being pulled in, the rib cage down and in, so our arms and legs can work effectively and efficiently off that. And also, once we're aware of our core, how our muscles should feel, we're more likely to just risk any injury. Okay, so today we will be using the long band, the resistance band, and then the short resistance band. So a great piece of equipment to have. They can go in your luggage, go with you wherever you're going to go. And also they usually come in different weights. So again, especially with the small loop band, I would suggest, you get a set and they go from extra light to extra heavy. Today I'll be using a heavy one because I'll be using it on my legs, and also a quite a tough resistance band, but again you can choose which one that you want to do. Okay, so if you've got all those, enough room to move about in, a water bottle, you'll need that as well. We'll be doing a 45 on and a 15 off. Okay, so we've got all that out of the way, we will be doing the warm-up. Okay, so again, I'm just bringing my arm out, long, core pulled in, just pointing that toe, and already feel that there is tension on those abs. Okay, I'm going to bring that up and over, and again, I'm reaching up, I'm not letting my shoulder go with me. Okay, I'm going to do a step touch here, step touch. Just with the arms going out, shoulders back and down. Now I'm going to come up on my toes in the middle here and give me that reach. Good, all the way around. Sweeping across the front, sweep across. Good, so I'm turning that hip, I've got my abs pulled in. Up over the top and reach. The step touch. Step touch, step touch. Good. Feel that looseness in the shoulders, up on your toes, open out those ankles. A little bit of work, backs of legs. I'm going to do a step leg curl, step leg curl. Good, I'm going to open out the chest, just open it up, there. Feel like get that squeeze already, a squeeze together, but my rib cage is down and in. Those elbows going back and low. Yeah, hamstrings working for you, glutes. Feel that little bit of pressure. Well done. Then up. Good. Gonna roll that. Little roll. Okay, up at the top. Little runner. Over that front leg. Driving the elbow back, driving the knee forward, using your obliques. Here we go, okay. Okay, so that zip and hollow is on. Good, and up. Okay, well done. I'm just going to do a little short jog here. Just taking my feet off the floor, core pulled in, and now let your arms do that action. Okay, I'm going to squat out to the side, squat out. Good, 2 more. Nice straight back, and then a little jog. Yeah, abs pulled in. Out to the side. Good, getting that stretch out over the glutes. And again, that little jog. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's give it a little shake out. Okay, we're ready to get to that work. My first one is going to be the long band. This is like a full workout on this one. Underneath, they come up from the bottom up to the top, and then I'm in a lunge. So, I don't let the bands take me forward. I do my lunge down. When I come up, I'm going to bring a knee up. Then eventually I'm also going to add a little bicep curl on this. So arms, legs working, glutes, core. Full body workout. Okay, if you're ready to go, you've got that band underneath. For the first one, I'm just going to do a lunge and a lift. So I get used to action. So here, the resistance, bring it up. Good, so notice on my arms, I'm getting the elbows tucked in at the waist and using those legs all the time to get up. Good. 45 seconds, of which you have got 20 seconds left. Give me that push up, so remember really feeling it through the glute, the backs of the legs, and that resistance to get me up. Lovely, good. I'm going to stay with that leg, but I'm just going to make it a little bit harder this time by bringing up a bicep curl when I'm up at the top. So again, sip and hollow on, belly button pulled in. Okay, straight down through my lunge, coming up, keeping that tension on the bands as I go down. Don't let them go floppy. Keep your arms with that tension, with that curl up. These become surprisingly aerobic because your heart rate has to come up. There's lots of things happening. That oxygen has to get through to my core, through to my legs and my arms. Yeah, so it's taxing me there. Shoulders back and down. Keep that tension on the band the whole time. Coming up and up. 10 seconds left. Next two, we're changing legs. Down to my lunge, up and up. Well done. Okay, so just changing over legs. So again, you can get used to the first view now that we've changed legs without doing the bicep curl, or come straight with me, bicep curl. Core will really feel that's under control. Okay, so down to my lunge, proper lunge, up, down. This next one, if you want to here, bicep curl it. Good, so I'm getting the most out of that action. I'm coming up, I'm just looking at a spot in front, so I can keep my balance. Good, so down, lift, and give me that curl. 20 seconds left, push. So I can feel that front leg working. And then here, my core working for me. As I go down, I keep that tension on the bands, remember, don't let your arms go down. They always have that little bend at the elbow there. Even down into that lunge. 3, 2, 1. One more. Okay, so tension on the bands, abs pulled in, shoulders back and down. Okay, into my lunge, straight into it now and up. Lovely, good. So again, pushing up through that one, first leg, there, then up, getting that lift. Remember not to swing this leg, this back leg coming up, really making sure it's a proper lift. Keep that tension on the bands the whole time. Be able to really feel it now on your biceps. If you've got a lighter band, you can obviously take more of that band up into your arms, so you're going to get that strong feeling the whole time. Lovely, good. Drop and lift. Shoulders back and down, abs pulled in the whole time. Lovely, good. Okay, my next one, triceps. My arms are up and out, and they stay again in that strong position, and then it's going to be a double, so they're both going to go out at the same time, push out and away. Now do the first one or two. If you feel it's too light, you can push more, but what I'm doing is I'm getting good strong stance. I'm getting my elbows to lock each time. Lovely, good. Feet both firmly planted. So you're going to tell once you've done lots of 45 seconds. Now don't be tempted to lift your shoulders. Keep your shoulders back and down and get that kick out. 15 seconds to go. Really work those triceps. Yeah, you can see them, they're all the way out. You can see that my tricep is working for me. Top upper back of arm. Lovely, good. Okay, a little rest. You can change legs if you want to. Good strong stance. My abs are pulled in, my rib cage down and in. Shoulders back and down. Keep it strong. Okay, up with those elbows and straight out. So from the front, this is what it looks like, straight out. I don't let my elbows wander. As they get tired, they're likely to wander out like this. Keep them shoulder height and in line with your shoulders. Good. So it's just that push out. Getting them nice and straight. Good. Try and keep that tension on the band. Keep it strong. Good. Again, I can feel that my core is pulled in, my belly button's pulled in towards my spine, my shoulders are down. 3, 2, 1. Well done, good. Okay, lovely. 2 more to do. Those triceps may start to burn, but you know they're working. Okay, so I'm getting the lift. Front and shoulders have to work on this as well. Then getting that kick out. Good, so all the way out. Good, so again, talk to those arms, let them know they've only got now 30 seconds left. Good, keep it strong. Good, push it all the way out. $15 to go. Our second to last one, I know. I can feel it too, but really make sure it's still working. Your shoulders are back and down. Don't stop going with it. Let's get your arms out. And well done. Okay, lovely. Are we ready for our last one? It is tough. Again, my core is working for me on this. And then my arms can work efficiently and effectively off that, knowing that I'm not trying to do it with the rest of my body. I'm really concentrated on those triceps all the way out. Shoulders back and down. That's it, really lovely, good. So try and keep up that strength of band. Push. Yes, again. Just on the inside of my arms there. Good, you have got 20 seconds on your last one now. Good, core pulled in. I'm not trying to move my body to do it. Pushing it out. 8 seconds now, come on, let's do this. Right to the end now. We've got the short band next. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good work, well done. Okay, I'm moving on to the short band. Now you might want to sit down to do this because it's going to go around just your ankles. So if you feel happier sitting down or holding on to something, then do. Okay, what I say about longer levers, harder work. It's going to be the squat like we did in the warm-up. Squat back down, but as I come up, I lift the leg out to the side. So again, I'm not going to get much of a lift on this because it is a heavy band. If you want to go lighter, you can, and then you'll get more of a lift. But I'm working the outsides of my thighs and then my glute on the other side with my core helping me to do it properly and not bring to the side. Okay, I'm ready. Got those bands on. Okay, well done. We've still got a little while, a little rest, and then we go. Okay, so my feet underneath my hips, my zip and hollow on, pelvic floor as well if you want to, but not always necessary. Belly button pulled in. Okay, so I'm going. One leg only. Good, so again, sink down into your squat, come up and out. So by the time you're coming up, feel that you're also coming out. Lovely, good. Good, get that little lift out to the side. Again, if I had quite a light band on, I'd get my leg up higher, but I've decided to go heavy today. Good, up and out, up and out. Lovely, good. So again, it's that long lever, so it's hard work. I can feel that work building up on my other glute as well to keep me stabilised so I don't turn over to get the leg lift. I'm going to stay with that leg for the second set and then we can swap for the next 2. Okay, so glutes will really have to work, but also the outsides of my thighs. Again, giving balance to my knees and they're tracking action. Good, lovely, up and out. Outsides of thighs, really important to work, as well as your insides, just so you get that balance, because we often use our fronts and backs of thighs, doing everyday actions, but again, we want a full body out and up. Good, so we want that strength, that side strength as well. Lovely, good, up and out. Good, pushing out as you come up, get that lift. And good work, well done, lovely, good. A little march through. I'm squatting, I'm lifting on the other side. Okay, good work. Our third set. Okay, down, lift and out. Good, up and out. Good work, one more to do. Yes, telling on those glutes, I know. But again, we're building up that strength that we need. Outside of hips, outside of your thighs. Okay, here we go. So that core is helping me keep strong the whole time. Otherwise I tend to throw that leg up by lifting to the side and throwing it, or just by throwing it using my lower back. We don't want any of that. We want it to be the outside of the thigh, whilst the other thigh is really stabilising me on this move. And it's pushing me up and out, that's it, good. So whilst they both push me up, that last one is out, outside of the thigh. This one doing a bit of extra work here to keep me upright. Lovely, good, okay. Just carefully bring those bands off and they're coming up onto my hands. A little bit like that game you used to play, like the catch cradle game, is here. And I'm doing my outside of shoulders now. I'm getting that lift, that push away. That's it each time. Okay, are we ready? So again, they're nice and straight up out of my waist there. Okay. I'm trying to push those bands out and away from each other using the outsides of my shoulders. And again, I've gone for that heavy band. If you want to do it less, you can. Because we've got 4 sets to do. Lovely, good. 3 minutes of work in total. Outside. Now again, I'm letting my core be pulled in. So again, if you want to think about your pelvic floor first, if that will generate your zip and hollow on, then that zip and hollow on up from the pubic bone at the front into your belly button, and then pushing in with the belly button. Lovely, good. And then naturally always keeping those long abs so that rib cage stays down and in, shoulders stay in the correct place. Okay, we ready to go again? 3, 2, 1, out with that band. Good, so again, you get really good workout from these resistance bands, and it really focuses what you are doing. So then you can build up that strength, and then lifting those weights. When you have more to think about, your body will be in naturally a really good position to do it. Okay, pushing out. Yeah, getting that expanse. Out and in. Lovely, good. Are we ready for our last 2? Keep it strong. Zip and hollow on, shoulders back and down. I've still got it coming up out of my waist. Strong with the rest of the body. And then it can really work off those arms coming out. Pushing out, making each one a good one. Good, pushing it out, out. So remember, from the front, this is how it looks. It's not just about the elbows, it's about getting those arms, those hands to pull away from each other. Good. That's it, pushing it out. Core pulled in though. Out. Really feeling it on the outsides of those shoulders now. But again, it's good to have that shoulder strength. Lovely, good. One more. Okay, out from the waist. Lovely, good. So I don't bring them in so far they go floppy. There's always a little bit of tension, and then there's the real tension on it as well. Lovely, good. Pushing that out. Well done. We have got 20 seconds left on our last round of this. Good, so we've been using those triceps, outside the shoulders, my biceps as well. And good work, well done. Okay, lovely. We are getting onto the floor. I'm bringing both bands with me. For the moment, I'm going to be doing the long band. Now this is a really handy exercise if you find that the back of your neck gets quite sore when you're doing a sit-up. This is not only going to use your triceps again, my core then, because my ribcage is not going to come up as I drop down, but also this is going to go around my head and I have to try and get my head to relax. So basically I'm doing a sit-up, taking the weight of my head with me. Okay, so it's not being pulled, so don't let it pull forward. Okay, so I am down here. My band is behind my head. Almost feels like a swimming cap there. Okay, and now try and relax your head into it. So when I do my curl up, there's work here to be done on my triceps, because there's that. I'm not pulling my head up. I'm really concentrating on that curl up using my long abs. Okay, here we go. So, are you ready? You've still got some seconds left. It goes round the back of your head. I've got a lot of the band left here. Okay, my head's relaxed and I can get a really good sit up each time. So really pour that core in. As you go down, remember, don't let your rib cage come up. Don't put your head back, your shoulders go back to the floor. So it's a really concentrated little movement. Try and really relax the head into that band, and then you can feel the weight of the head on the arms. Because my arms are bent, you can really feel that tricep. I have triceps on both arms having to work to get me up. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, lovely. You can rest right back to the floor if you want to. Okay, as the beat starts, I come up, I rest my head, so you have to consciously, you have to relax the back of your neck. Good, my triceps, now feeling it in the second set. Top backs of arms, because they're the thing holding my head up. Remember the weight of your head, you're not having to pull it, but you're not building up any sort of ache on the back of your neck. Really let your head just relax into those bands. And then let your arms do the work. 15 seconds left. Lovely, good. I'm resting my arms. I can really feel it now in my triceps. But at least you know you're doing it right if you've got that ache in your triceps. Okay, here we go again. Okay, doing my sit up, weight of my head in my arms. Tops, backs of my arms can feel it. And again, I'm not letting my arms get any longer, and that's why those triceps are really feeling that. My arms are bent the whole time, and they're taking the weight of my head. So I can really relax on my curl up though each time. Good, well done. You've got 15 seconds left on your 3 out of 4. Remember, you've got one more after this. I know the arms are going to be a little bit achy now. Think of all that work they're getting, and that your core keeping you stabilised, and then your long abs, also part of that core work, doing that sit-up for you. Okay, lovely, good. Ready to go with that last set. My knees stay bent the whole time. Okay, and around the back of my head, I consciously have to relax my head into that band, and then it's the pull-up. Good, give me that pull, give me that squeeze. Good, we're down to the last 15 seconds now. We can do this. I know that arm is aching, those arms are aching up at the top part of your arm, but keep that weight in your arms. Don't be tempted to put it back onto your back of your neck. And good work, well done. Okay, lovely, good. Okay, I'm coming into my penultimate exercise. So again, it's still going to be about the core. This time, when I'm lying down, it's going to be a shorter lever. I bring my bands up to over my knees. Good, my arms will still get a little bit of work. My knees are in front of me, not all the way down, but not all the way up either, somewhere in between. It's going to be an oyster action. My zip and hollow is on, and now you can do this on the floor, or you can choose to do it off the floor. This will be the same action, this will be the same action, but off the floor, obviously you'll get your obliques underneath. Twice on one side, twice on the other. So, they're round, not right round my knee, above my knee, so it's a shorter lever. My shoulder and my elbow are in line. My zip and hollow is on. I'm going to do it in a bridge. Good, so it's the outside of that leg, getting the lift. Now there is work going through this shoulder the whole time. Make sure it is static, it's not moving around. Good, so I'm getting that lift each time. Good, give me that squeeze. Work is building up under here as well. With that free hand, feel what those obliques are doing. They're just keeping me up in that one position. Twice on this side, twice on the other side. And well done, that's your rest. Good, so again, I keep that good strong position the whole time, straight on my spine. Knees, not right to the front, not right down, somewhere in between, up on my bridge, and I'm ready to go again. And I've just got my toes together and my heels apart. So I'm not trying to lift the whole leg up and out. It's about really getting that opening, that oyster action, whilst being supported on the underneath. Again, if you feel that you can't keep the bridge up, give it a go, but otherwise your hips can be on the floor, this under hip here, and you're still getting the oyster for me. Good, so all my glutes are working for me. My under glute here, and then the one to get the lift as well. And again, as I say, the outsides of your thighs. 5, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. I can just do a quick little shift over to the other side. Elbow and shoulder. Remember, knees not right to the front. Okay, so you can be here, opening up. And as I open up, I make sure my hips stay to the front with my zip and hollow on, my core working for me. Or I'm up here, on a bridge. Good. And again, I can feel that work already because I've done a lot of work on the outsides of that thigh. That's the thigh that's keeping me up this time, my core. Good, so keep it under control, 20 seconds left. Good, give me that lift. Feel that work up into your glute, and it does go right into your lower back there. Those glute muscles really helping you stay nice and strong, injury free. Lovely, good. Okay, my last time on this. So again, my zip and hollow is protecting my lower back. At no point does my back change angle. And then the underside to keep me up. Okay, here we go. Give me that lift. Yeah, so again, I'm trying to get that leg up as high as it will go. Really working those outside your thighs. Good, give me that push. Last 15 seconds now. That work is building up on the underneath. Also, I'm feeling it as well. Outside of that thigh, there is weight on this shoulder, but don't push your hips up so high. It's at an odd angle. Keeps it static. And well done. Okay, lovely, good. Okay, we are on to our last exercise. Core is going to help me. I'm going to go back to my long band, and it's going to be a pull back, a row back. Okay, so legs are out straight. Okay, so again, it's going to be basically a V-sit, so look after your back with your core pulled in. Pull it back. And then feel that you've got it under control the whole time, and then get that pull back. So again, it's upper back, part of your lats as well, moving there. Okay, so legs are a little bit further out there. And I've got enough band, so I know I'm working. Okay, last exercise, we can do this. Let's do this together now. Okay, pulling back, touch your elbow to the floor. Good, so I'm getting that twist. So my obliques on this side are helping me now. Back of my waist, underneath my lats, get that pull back. My zip and hollow, keeping my back safe, whether I'm up or down. Pulling it back. And again, if you feel it's really, really difficult, just let a little bit of tension off those bands. You're going to go for me 2 times on one side, 2 times on the other, and then we are done. Good, so core, really important. There we go. Really teach it to keep you stabilised. And then all that work can come off of that without having to lift shoulders or be at wrong angles. Okay, lovely. 15 seconds, then we go for the second time on this side. Okay, so shoulders back and down. 3, 2, 1. I come back, I give that a pull back. Good, pull it back. Get me that squeeze. Under control though. I'm not lifting my shoulders to do it. My shoulders are back and down. I get that twist through the waist. My zip and hollow on. My belly button pulled in. Lovely, good. I'm feeling all of that and that twist. Last few seconds on this side now. Stay with if you can. 3, 2, 1. I'm just changing around to the other side, but really basically what you're going to do is just come back with your other arm. Okay, so again, shoulders back and down, hip flexor's got a little bit of work to do here as well. Then I come down and I pull behind. And if you can, really get that elbow to the floor and behind you, so you know you've done that twist. Lovely, good. Pull it back. Lovely, good. Really getting that turn each time. Last few seconds now for me. Let's get at least one more in. And good work, well done. Okay, last exercise. You're doing really, really well. If you've kept that tension up, really good work. Again, all those muscles be in place, especially when we've got the weights as well. Okay, pulling it back. Yeah, so again, keep that tension on the band. Yes, again. I'm getting that V-sit, then coming down in that V-sit. Zip and hollow on the whole time. 25 seconds left of your last exercise now. Let's really push this through together, yeah? Let's keep it going. You have got, now you're down to 15 seconds. 15 seconds now, we can do this. About to come into single figures now. Really give me that pull as much as you can. Open it out on that V-sit. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good work. Well done. Okay, lovely. And you can come back down and lying onto your back. So, okay, I am going to put something on just a little bit slower. Okay, good work. What I'm going to do is I want you to put your foot into that band and I'm going to do a hamstring stretch. Okay, let me find just something a little bit slower for us. There we go. Okay, lovely, good. Okay, really relax the shoulders. Remember, keep the elbows quite close to the body and then just start to pull in using that band. Lovely, if the relax is off, give it another little pull in. Those biceps are being used the whole time. Shoulders back down away from your ears. Okay, lovely, relax it off. Other leg goes in and then pull and in. So try to keep it as straight as you can. Really feel that hamstring stretch. Relax, you're relaxed on your hip flexors because the weight of that leg is just in your arms. Then you can just pull it in. Okay, lovely, good. You take that band off completely. One leg goes over the other leg. Arms go out at the side. I'm going to drop that hip down. It's going to roll over, but I'm keeping my shoulders on the floor. So I've got that stretch out through my pecs there, out through my rib cage, and then walk it up. And now for a little bit of extra work, you can just bring your arm down and just pushing it down into your chest, just that little bit more. Lovely, good. As I relax that off, comes back into the centre, uncross your legs, cross the other leg over, comes over to the side, keep both shoulders on the floor, then walk that foot up. So again, that crossed over leg, got my ankle flexed so I'm not losing my stretch through the outside of my shin there, and then if I want to, I can just push that down. Lovely, good. Coming into the centre again. One leg goes up, I come to look at it. My leg goes down, I come up, and I'm coming over onto my front into a hurdle stretch position. Okay, so here, drop down. Now the other thing you can do with this is if you wanted to, put a band around your ankle and get me a lift from there. So then the band will be pulling that up. But for now, we can just do that drop down. Okay, lovely. I'm going to just do that tricep at the same time. Keep on dropping your weight in the middle. Keep your rib cage down and in. So still got tension on those abs. Then pulling that arm up and across slightly. Okay, lovely. Push back off that front leg. Bring the other leg forward into that hurdle stretch. Dropping it down. Just feel that your weight's right in the middle of those two legs. You just keep on sinking into that position. Okay, up with the other arm. And then that tricep. So again, I've not leant back. Lovely, good. And then push back off that leg into that downward dog position. And as I say, you can really put your legs out just a little bit wider, and then you can feel you get your upper back stretch. This worked again hard for us today. And then all the way down the backs of the legs, out of your lower back, down the backs of the legs, right into the calves. Okay, lovely, good. I'm going to bend my knees slightly, come back, and then slowly unroll. So get that stiff and hollow on the whole time until you come up, just to open out that chest. Lovely, good. So again, that core, working really hard for us today so that we can do those lengthening movements with that resistance on it, those short little ones without using the rest of our body, just really concentrating on the muscles that we're working on. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Just give it a little shake out through for me, and I certainly enjoyed it, and I will wait to see you again the next time. Okay, bye bye for now.